Okay.
I have so many thoughts on that, but the one I don't want to forget to say is when he referenced bringing flowers on the first date. Because to update our listeners, we mentioned flowers on the first date in our first episode. And I cannot even tell you how many people, upon hearing that story, said, flowers on the first date should have been your first red flag. And how many conversations I have had now with people about what does it mean to bring flowers on a first date and when should you bring flowers? And it's been super interesting. So I am curious to know too. Maybe we can put it up on our social media what people think about flowers on the first date and if that's a red flag or if that's a thoughtful gesture.
Yeah, I can tell you my initial thought is that it's a thoughtful gesture. Like, why not? They're going to die anyway. They're in the grocery store. Like, if they're just something beautiful, something nice to give to someone. Like, thanks for meeting up with me tonight. Not like, oh, hope this means that we're going to see each other again. Like, just like, hi, we're meeting for the first time. I don't know. For me, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. But I'm pretty lax on like a lot of things. And I didn't like when I received them, I thought it was really nice. It made me very, very happy. I was
Yeah.
really glad to be able to display them for like a week in my home, but
Yeah.
what came after that didn't make any sense. And because that also like adds to that puzzle, it's that puzzle piece with another puzzle piece with another puzzle piece that made the full
Yes.
picture that like was like, okay, now that the flowers don't really mean anything anymore and they were pretty for a week, but that's it and whatever. But yeah, definitely with the whole picture in place, yes, huge red flag. But alone,
Yeah.
like, I mean, does that mean like that piece of the puzzle, anytime someone gives you flowers, that it's going to lead to anything? I wonder if anyone has gotten flowers on the first date and it led to something like really good. Like, I mean, of course, there's got to be someone out there that
I'm
happens
sure.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
There's got to be.
but
There gotta be some.
must be.
Because I would agree. I think it can be. Well, it goes back to motive, right? And a thoughtful gesture is a thoughtful gesture. And I think that means something. I also think it means something. Like I had somebody send me flowers. Well, I mean, I've had flowers sent to me a lot, but when it's somebody, they're not.
Flowers sent to me a lot. Really? How does this happen?
I don't
Please
mean it
do
like
tell.
that. That sounded terrible. I don't mean it that way.
Not terrible. It makes me like think, what is your key to getting that done? Like, how do I have that happen to me? Like, I've had it happen a couple times, and let me tell you, it made my day. Made my day.
Yes, it does. It does because it's like it's just that reminder that somebody's thinking about you and they're doing something for you that they didn't have to do. It just was, it's like, oh, I don't know. I think it's really sweet.
It's
But
so
I'm like
cool.
you. I'm like, I can, like certain things are like, yeah, it's great. I'm flexible. Like, I think you can show thoughtfulness in so many ways. So it doesn't clearly have to be flowers all the time or things like that. There's so many other ways. And that's where it's unique to each person.
Very true. Did I tell you that what had happened on Valentine's Day for me? I'm sorry.
I feel like you did, but I can't. It's like vague in my brain right now.
So I came home and there was a box at the door and it was like, keep refrigerated. It said on the box. And I'm like, oh my God, someone sent me like edible fruit or something. And I was like, I can't wait to open this and see what it is. And I opened it and it was something that I ordered that had to be refrigerated.
And I told Valentine's Day to myself.
I told myself, like, as I'm opening the box, I'm like, Shar, you ordered this. You don't remember what it is, but nobody just sent this to you. And I'm like, but it could be something. It's got to be like those chocolate covered, like fruit edible bouquets that they make or something like that. Or like, ooh, chocolate covered strawberries. And I'm like, please, please, please. And I open it up and it's just like the lame thing that I had ordered. And I'm like, of course, like, God, but that feeling of like surprise, like, oh, you just didn't know it was coming. And then you got it. It's kind of fun.